What's happening, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more Erasure. We're going back to their 1987, yes, 1987 album, The Circus. I mentioned it a number of times. A few of you, like Han Solo and a couple others even, I think, have mentioned that this was a real sort of breakthrough album and it sort of propelled them to the successes that would follow. So I've very much enjoyed going through this. I should mention the last tune I did on this one, Victim of Love, not only did it sort of flash back to me that, oh wait, I know this song, like I remember this song, I remember the kind of emotional synth melody that, it's funny, I listened to it in that reaction, and then where was I? I was out somewhere, and I think there was an Alexa involved, and I basically like asked her to play that tune. She played a remix, and in the remix, that emotional synth melody, it came in a little bit earlier. It came in twice, in terms of like, sort of by itself, a little instrumental interlude. So I enjoyed that. So yeah, I've now heard a remix, and it's very much the same tune, but again with a little bit of an extra emphasis put on that emotional synth line, which I very much enjoyed. And yeah, that was just a really cool tune. That's like, for me, that has like moved into like my pantheon of some of my favorite tunes they've done. So yeah, we're up to the next tune, which is called Leave Me to Bleed, which, following the tune Victim of Love with the tune titled Leave Me to Bleed, is just genius in terms of the like sonic structure of an overall album, or not sonic, but the thematic progression of the overall album. So yeah, Leave Me to Bleed, it's a very interesting phrase. There's a sort of cynicism or like a pessimism to it. It's like, you know what, you've done the damage, just get out of here, just go on, like leave me to die because I don't even want your help. So there's sort of like a resignation in it, but also again it's the idea that, don't turn and like play, like protector, or don't try to like, oh, did I hurt you, like let me help you and let me patch things up or whatever. It's like, no, you know what, like what you've done, I don't want to see you again. Just go on, get out of here, and leave me to wallow in this pain that I'm in, because I don't want your sympathy. I don't need your sympathy. It'll feel maybe patronizing if you do try to like stay and make me feel better and so on. So there's I think again like a resignation, maybe even a bitterness toward the person who perhaps wounded them, presumably emotionally, romantically, and psychologically, perhaps not physically. So no one has been stabbed with a sword and left to bleed out, but I do think it might relate to a like deep emotional wound that is in a sense terminal or fatal, in the sense that the relationship will not survive it, because now the mentality of the person who's been wounded is, I don't even want your help like patching this up, never mind like do it, I don't think we have a future anymore, I don't even stay and do damage control, just leave and let me again wallow in my sort of indignation and pain. So yeah, that's what I pick up from the title. So maybe we might get a slightly darker sonic atmosphere here. Although of course I think Vince Clarke has been, just in the songs that I've heard, Yazoo, Erasure, like early Depeche Mode, it's not beyond his musical choices to put a sort of ironic spin on something sonically, right? If it's like really bright, to kind of give it a darker sound, or if it is sort of like a heavier theme and you sort of give it this sort of lightness, and there's like this irony or like tension to the tune. So again, I think it could go either way. It could be a heavier sound, given the nature of that title, but it could also sort of work in that ironic way. So we'll have to see. Once again, shout out to the album. Sometimes I actually don't show the album, and I know it doesn't, it's not like clear, like high definition anyway. But again, this album or this channel is about physical media and like actual albums. So I do try to remember every once in a while to sort of mention that and celebrate it. So here we go. This is Leave Me to Bleed on Erasure's album, The Circus. Maybe not dark per se, but a bit moody. Oh, what? A funky little kick beat. Come on. Like the syncopation. Like. That bass line rolling in. playing it to somebody. I knew it. Just get the hell out of here. Oh, Sonic sounds great. Baseline, I keep saying it, but like they just have this vivacity. They're like alive. I've done my own detecting. I know what you're about. Again, it's not like dark per se, but there's a moodiness to it. Erasure is pretty much, it boils down to that simple truth. Like the way you did that last line. Yeah. To put it mildly. I mean, there's like a couple words that I use in thinking about the lyrics that I think are directly in the song here. Like, I don't want to see your face, and like, your love can be lethal. Another awesome tune. I really enjoyed that one sonically and lyrically. I think, again, lyrically, unless I'm mistaken, I think, some of the directions I was wondering if it would take, I do think it went down those roads. And sonically, again, it wasn't like, overly heavy or sort of, like tension filled. It's had a sort of lightness and energy, but it also had kind of a moodiness. It also had kind of like a shadowy sort of feel in a little ways, or in some ways. So yeah, let me know what you think of that one. Let me know if I am onto something with the lyrics, or if there's actually sort of a different way to take that. And yeah, the next time we come back to this album, we will be up to a tune called Sometimes, which speaks to a periodic nature of something. Frequent or infrequent occurrence of some phenomenon, some interaction, some engagement, but obviously it speaks not to a constant nature of that engagement, nor a complete lack of it, so somewhere in between, and perhaps that lack of certainty, or that sort of limbo status of being between all the time and never, is part of the sort of emotion that is felt, or part of the tension of the situation itself. So we'll have to see. We'll say more about it when we get there. But yeah, let me know what you think of this one, either musically or lyrically. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.